expect to see so many people. Oh, very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you for this wonderful hospitality. I haven't been here. This is I'm from New York City, so I haven't been out this way in a long time. Is everybody from, or you're from different places around the country? But I used to come here when with the old the old clubs were here, and the boardwalk, and who was it? The last person I remember seeing was Lola Falana. Like, nobody knows who she is. You know who she is? So I used to have a lot of fun here coming through here. But I hear it's going through some pretty peculiar times right now. So that's always seems, I don't know, it's such a really wonderful place to come to. I don't know about right now, I mean, because it's so cold outside. But certainly in the summertime. Anyway.
Good. So as you guys just saw, a small snippet of the over 50-year career that Billy has had in the film industry. But what a lot of people don't know is Billy is also an award-winning artist. So I'd like to start Q&As off with him explaining a little bit about where he went to school and stuff, because it's a different side of it. So Billy, tell us about your art.
Well, anyway, as I said, I grew up here in New York City, and I went to a high school called Music and Art High School. And from Music and Art, my sister and I went there, my twin. And then when I graduated Music and Art, I went to a school called the National Academy of Design for the Fine Arts, where I spent 2 years on the scholarship painting. I was nominated for a Guggenheim when I was about 18, 19 years old, and won a Hall Garden, which is comparable to a Guggenheim. So painting, and that's 100 years ago. I'm going to have my, in about, I guess, 2 weeks, April 6th. In 6 days, I'm going to be 80 years old. I feel like I'm in a state of decay right now.
No, but you look good, right? Nobody here would believe you're
Anyway, thank you. But anyway, painting has been very much part of my life, and as a matter of fact, the Smithsonian owns one of my pieces. The Schoenberg in New York owns one of my pieces. The Kansas City Museum owns one of my pieces. And I used to exhibit a lot, but recently it's only very few opportunities. I've taken very few opportunities to exhibit. I was exhibiting up in Toronto at the Brian This Gallery, and then there's a gallery down in Miami that I'm showing at. So anyway, that's pretty much a kind of encapsulated version of my life as a painter.
And if anybody wants to see some artwork of Billy's, you can go to BillyDeeWilliams.com. That's his website. You can see some variety, and then also in the autograph area, we actually have a lithograph of a print that he did for The Empire Strikes Back. So you'll be able to see at least one of his pieces here on site.
Well, I call the work abstract reality, and what I mean by that, as real as things are, they are as abstract. So it gives me a lot of levels to play on. But painting is a wonderful experience. If any of you have not done it, you should do it. It's a solitary experience, but it's a really nice experience.
So does that mean you're abstract? Are you real? Are you?
Well, I'm real. I'm real sometimes. I'm real all the time, but abstract.
Part of the time?
Part of the time, yes.
So, okay. Oh, I didn't explain this. I'm a complete moron, sorry. When you guys are ready to ask your question, there's a microphone right here in the middle of the aisle. Start a line, don't be shy, come on up, because otherwise I'll keep asking questions and it really should be for you guys. So you keep being poked. That means you have to be first, so get up. Go ahead. No, don't be shy, it's all good. Trust me. Look at it, give him a hand. There you go. So when you ask your question, guys, you're going to say your name first, and then your question, and that way if the question sucks, we know who to make fun of, right? No, if the question's good, we know who's going to win. So are you ready, buddy? What's your name?
Jake.
Okay, Jake, what's your question for Billy?
Who is your inspiration?
Who's my inspiration? You're my inspiration.
Nice.
The world is my inspiration.
Hey, I'm Erica.
Hi.
My question is, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Donald Glover, who's playing you in the new Han Solo movie, but if you do, or if you have talked to him, what would you want to tell him about taking on the role of Lando?
Read all of that, really?
It was well thought out.
New age technology, I love it. Okay. He and I had lunch together, actually.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and he's a wonderful young man. We had a very nice talk. And one day, one afternoon, we met, and he wanted to meet me. So I said, cool. So I sat down with him, and we had a nice lunch and talked about lots of different things. He's very talented, extremely talented. You know, he's a musician as well as a writer. He realized that he could never be Lando Calrissian the way I'm Lando. He understands now. It's really weird because, you know, it's like I've had this persona for so long that I can't even imagine anybody else being, you know, Lando Calrissian. You know, I created that character. He's gonna do fine.
Did you give him some tips on being cool and suave?
Oh, he asked me about that. I don't give away secrets.
Hi there. What's your name, sweetheart?
I'm Katie, and my question is, what was the most successful movie that you were in?
The most successful? Well, certainly Star Wars. You know, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. But I've done a lot of successful movies. Lady Sings the Blues, Mahogany, Brian Song. I've been doing this for a long time. So Nighthawks.
Batman.
Bingo Long Trap. Well, I don't know. Bingo is a kind of that's a great movie though. The Bingo Long Traveling All Stars and Motor Kings. That is a fun movie. But I've done a few.
So Katie, out of all those movies, which ones have you seen?
Just one of them, Star Wars, obviously.
Well, that's the best one, right? There you go.
So why do you need to watch the rest of them if, like, the only one's great?
Exactly.
There's no point watching it.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Hi there.
Hi, my name's Josh. I just have a couple questions. I know I'm breaking the norm. Sorry.
Just a couple?
Just a couple. Okay. So, first one, back to the art. What is the piece you're most proud of?
Well, I've done so many of them. As a matter of fact, I just moved I store away a lot of the paintings, so I just moved it from one venue to a new venue. So I have over 300 paintings that I've accumulated over the years.
But no single one of them stood out to you as
Well,
the
there's
one that you're most
you know,
proud
I'm
of?
putting a book together. For years, I've been putting a book together, revolving around talking about my life through my paintings and through transcribed tapes that I've kept for many years. But when I think of my paintings, I think of them as self-portraits. You know, it's all about my journey. So many of the journey pieces that I've done are some of my favorite pieces, because it's all very noble. This noble kind of journey.
So they're like children. They're all your favorite.
Yeah, they are like my children. As a matter of fact, it's true.
Well, I mean, you created them, so. But
Are you a painter?
no, but my girlfriend is. She's actually going to art school right now.
Oh.
But I have a second question. completely different from the first. What was it like to work on the set of Undercover Brother?
Hysterical.
I'm sure it was fun, huh?
Yeah, it was very funny. Yeah, they were very funny people. I just saw on Chris Kattan, as a matter of fact, he was just on Dancing with the Stars. And he evidently went through a pretty traumatic situation in his life. And so with his back. So he's not doing that well. But no, that was a very funny experience.
Thanks for indulging in my couple of questions.
My pleasure.
That's good. I have the first one written down because I like that one. It's good. All right.
My name is Kimberly. My question is, what's your favorite paint to use?
Let me say that again.
Your favorite paint to use?
My favorite paint to use? I like to use acrylic. You know what acrylic is? Well, there's oil, you know what oil painting is, don't you? Well, there's oil painting and then there's acrylic. Acrylic is like a water-based painting. And when you use it, it dries fast. And I kind of like that idea. What do you like to use?
I like to use pink and purple.
So you know what you need to do, Kimberly, is that your dad?
Yes.
So you need to tell Dad to go to the store and get some acrylic paint, not finger paint, in your favorite color, and then you make a good mural on the wall. Because it dries fast. No? Oh good, she's gonna do it. Excellent. Yay.
She's precious.
No question from Dad? You good, Dad? Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm Justin. In Return of the Jedi, what do you think your best scene was? What do you think your best moment was?
Yeah, well, when I blew up the Death Star.
That was cool. My other question is, besides Return of the Jedi, what do you think your greatest moment was in The Empire Strikes Back?
When I stood up against Darth Vader for about 3 seconds and realized what the hell I was doing.
And also,
And meeting Princess Leia.
well, thank you. And also, what was it like working with Mark Harrison and Carrie Fisher? I do miss Carrie Fisher. I think she was a great inspiration. Do you miss her?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She and I were pretty good buddies. She was I really had a lot of tremendous respect for Carrie. She was a very bright, wonderful human being. A blithe spirit.
That's cool.
And Harrison is one of my buddies, and Hamill. And we were all good friends, and we all had a pretty good time with each other.
That's cool.
And working with Irv Kirshner was a real highlight in my life. He was a brilliant, extraordinary human being.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just for those of you who don't know.
And certainly working with George Lucas was an extraordinary experience. There's no question about that.
For those of you who don't know, just in case, Irving Kirshner, the gentleman he's speaking of, is the guy that directed The Empire Strikes Back, which is the best Star Wars movie ever. Right? Okay, buddy, what's your name?
Joe, and what was it like being in Star Wars?
It was fun. It was like being in a big toy store, with big toys to play with. Especially then because there was very little CGI. It was, you really actually had to set the Millennium Falcon around, and all of the things that we worked on were really actually there. So it wasn't like computer generated stuff.
So what was it like being in the Millennium Falcon?
Oh, it was great. It was great.
I bet it was awesome destroying the second Death Star.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
So Billy, if it was like a big toy store, did you get to take any toys home with you?
Yeah, I George Lucas, gave me an Ewok head. I asked him for it, and he consented to it and gave it to me. So, but I have all of the little toys from way back in the 80s, early 80s.
I'm Cannon, and what is your weirdest and your favorite Lando merchandise?
No, favorite merchandise? Listen to this kid.
I like this question. I'm writing it down. You said your name was Ken?
Yes.
Okay. So your favorite...
Talking merchandise already, huh? Wow, that's good. That's cool.
Your favorite merchandise and your weirdest merchandise for Lando?
Well, I have the cap, the hat, the Blue Harvest hat. You know about the Blue Harvest hat? Because when we did the Return of the Jedi, it was called the Blue Harvest Company instead of
Revenge of the Jedi at the time, because they didn't want people around the filming area to know they were filming Star Wars, so they called it Blue Harvest. And they made T-shirts and caps for the crew, so they could say, no, we're not filming Star Wars, we're filming Blue Harvest.
So if I decide to sell it, I can make a few bucks off of it.
Does that answer your question? Do you have anything else? You're in the running now, because that's a good question. Thank you, sir. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Kai. Well, everyone knows that Lando lost the Falcon to Han in the games of Bob.
Hold the mic to your mouth and say it again. There you go.
So everyone knows that Lando lost the Falcon to Han in the games of Bob. I want to know if you want a chance to get it back, because I have the Falcon right here. We can play rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's referee. Do you win the Falcon?
Play what?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, okay. So you want to challenge Lando to win that Millennium Falcon card in a game of rock, paper, scissors?
Yes.
I don't have it anymore.
No, you're going to play for the card. Here, come over here, buddy. Kai, come over to the stairs.
I don't want to play for the card.
You have to. You don't have a choice. These guys are excited, right? Okay, so if Billy wins, you're going to give him this fantastic Millennium Falcon card. What if you win? Oh, bragging rights, okay. So, Billy, do you know how to play rock, paper, scissors?
No clue.
Okay, it's very easy. Here, I'm going to show you.
Wow, you do it. I don't know how to do this kind of stuff.
That's a tie, scissors. That's a half a scissors, so he's winning. He's half cut your paper. One more time. And that'll count as paper, which covers your rock. So, I guess you suck at that game, so Billy wins the Falcon. But you still get bragging rights anyway. That was fun. Here, Kai, you can keep your card. So you have a card and bragging rights. Do you have any other questions? Probably? Okay, if you think of any, you get back up in line. That was cool.
Yes, it was cool. Hi, thank you so much for coming out here today. It was really awesome.
Thank you for having me.
I have kind of a pertinent question, I guess. Since it is going to be your birthday, happy early birthday.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'd like to know your advice on easy gracefully.
My advice on easy gracefully?
Yes, sir. A man like you who's done so many things.
Drink a lot of Colt 45.
I love your shoes, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Pumas. I just found out these are regular Pumas, but not so regular, right?
Yeah, they're Puma, but they're
like fancy Pumas.
They look good on you.
All right,
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have to say that has to be the best answer he's ever given to something, especially in this town, because you guys don't have any alcohol here. Who do we have to talk to fix that? To who? The mayor? Does anyone know them? Is the mayor here? She is? He is? Mayor, we want some alcohol on the island. Hi there, sir.
Hello, my name's Kevin. I was wondering if you're going to be either live action appearing or voice appearing in any cartoons, movies, TV shows.
Well, I have been done Rebels,
Lego Batman, he was Two-Face.
Yeah, I just did the Two-Face. After all of these years.
Anything coming up?
I'm sorry?
Anything coming up new?
Anything new coming up? Well, the other day I just got offered, I keep getting offered stuff to do, but I really don't want to do anything right now. I like this leisure time. I've been doing this for over 50 years. So I like coming out and doing this. This is fun for me.
The Batman Lego movie is in theaters right now, so that technically is now. And then hopefully there will be more Star Wars Rebels coming up. So, and does everybody here on the island tweet? Well, you're not all from the island, it doesn't matter. Do you guys all tweet? Yes? You do. You're the only one in the building that does, because no one else said yes. So I need you to do me a favor. And if anyone else is paying attention, you can do it also. I want you to tweet hashtag #BringBackLando, and then use Billy's Twitter handle, which is @RealBDW, REALBDW. If we do that, maybe Disney will pay attention and put him in number 9.
Boy, he's really you.
And he's doing it. You'll have to teach Dad, because we need more hashtags, okay? Buddy? We've lost him, he's in the phone now. Yes, sir, what's your name and question?
Hello, my name's Mark. My question for Mr. Williams is, colorblind casting in Hollywood is pretty much now the norm, but that wasn't always the case. When you took the role for Lando way back when, did you realize what an impact you would have on people's perception of race not being an issue in character casting moving forward?
Well, you know, I'm one of those people who I don't spend very much time thinking about race and ethnic differences and all. I mean, unless it's really, really, truly necessary. But particularly if I'm playing a particular kind of a character. But I generally approach my life in a very eclectic way. I've lived since I was a child. I've always been exposed to various experiences, world experiences, different people from different parts of the world. And so I tend to try to approach everything with my own, what I consider my own unique perspective or point of view. So, which goes beyond the whole question of race and stuff like that. If you've observed what I've done as an actor, you don't necessarily think of me in a racial way.
No, not at all. And I think that when I was a kid and you came on screen, your ethnicity, your race you were just a cool guy. You weren't necessarily black or white, and that had an impact on me. And moving forward as actors from other races and ethnicities would be cast in the roles, it never would occur to me that they might be of another race. And I think that wasn't always the case in Hollywood. Hollywood was very white for a long time. Right. And I think you made a big change with that, and it changed a lot of people's perceptions.
Yeah. Like, Lando, for instance, when I found out his name was Calrissian, I said, oh, man, an Armenian. So I took that whole idea and played with that whole idea. I think as a component, that and the cape. So, it's just, how do you combine components, these ideas, these thoughts, and make it something interesting and unique that go beyond the usual arguments.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. My name is Lucas, and my question is, as you probably already have known, Disney bought the Star Wars franchise off of George Lucas for a lot of money. And what I want to know is, how has it affected you, this major change to the franchise?
Well, they're going to make a lot of money. They have already. and I'm very happy for them, but it has no effect on me. And I'm not really a part of it. I made all my money on Star Wars movies. I got a real fantastic, when I was signed for 2 pictures, so I got a fantastic deal at that time. So, but as far as Disney is concerned, I think it was a great idea that Disney picked it up. It's a perfect place, a perfect home for the Star Wars adventures, and certainly Abrams was perfect for putting it together. So,
Thank you.
boy, you guys are really business people.
Lucas, wait, Lucas. You have to tell us what you think about Disney buying Star Wars. What's your opinion?
I really don't have an opinion. I just think it could go either way. I really liked when they heard they were rebooting the Star Wars franchise. I was so excited, and I love it. It's my favorite movie ever, and I just really hope that Disney does a good job with it, like they do a good job with everything they own.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Very good.
Maybe you'll end up joining the production team one of these days. Who knows?
Hi there.
Hello, I'm Chase, and I have a question. If you were to play any other character in the Star Wars franchise, who would it be?
No, that's it. Lando.
Just Lando?
Just Lando.
Well, if Lando had a lightsaber, would it be any specific style or color?
No, Lando's he's a perfect character for me. I mean, he has all of the elements of good looks, roguishness. You're not quite sure where he's coming from, so it makes it all very interesting.
Thank you.
But he's heroic.
Definitely.
I do like the lightsaber question, though. Do you think Lando could wield a lightsaber?
Absolutely, but that's not who Lando is.
Okay.
Lando is he's a gambler.
First ask questions later.
He's what's the guy who runs Vegas? Steve
Wynn.
Steve Wynn. That's Lando. That's how I see Lando.
Gotcha. Well, thank you.
The big hustle.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You guys can clap. Don't be shy. It's all good. All the questions are good. We're loving it. Don't die on me, Ocean City. Come on. All right. Jedi. Are you a Jedi? Excellent. What's your name, Jedi?
My name is Matthew, and my question is, what do you do when you're not filming or painting?
Well, I'm hanging out with my grandkids, which I really enjoy, and I'm painting. And I'm hanging out with my friends during the afternoons, having wonderful lunches in wonderful restaurants. Just with my family.
I think I lost that one.
So when you go to lunch, Billy, what kind of food do you eat?
Well, now I've got to start really buckling down. And I don't eat badly. I generally fish, chicken, vegetables, leafy kind of vegetables. Don't eat a lot, although I need to really lose weight. I haven't been going to the gym the way I should, because I used to spend a lot of time in the gym. but not lately. My back has been giving me a lot of trouble, so I haven't been able to do that. But I'm going to get back to it again.
Hi there.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is James. Hi, Mr. Williams. I had a quick question related to Batman rather than to Star Wars. I know that you got the chance to play Two-Face in the new Lego Batman movie, but had it happened that Tim Burton continued directing and that you were cast as Two-Face, how would you have played that character?
Well, it's hard to say at this particular point because I mean, you know, when you take on a role, I mean, it's you know, you sort of from day to day, moment to moment, you're working out all the logistics to putting a character together. So, although I'm a big fan of Tommy Lee Jones, I certainly it would have been a whole different experience. It would have been probably more interesting actually, because you know it was a little brown-skinned boy like me was not meant to play that character. So,
I think you would have done fine, sir. Thank you very much.
I agree with you. Thank you.
So Billy, following along on that young man's question, did you read the Batman comic books growing up? And if not, did you get, like when you got the role, did you go out and get some of the comics so you could research Harvey Dent?
No, I read, you know, I used to read the comic strips, comic books when I was a kid growing up. But Batman was always a very bizarre, strange human being. I mean, anybody who runs around in a cape, you know, fighting crime has got to be really weird.
Maybe just a little.
Well, yeah, very weird. I mean, very background. His background is very strange, very dark.
Hi, Ken Klein, and
Bob Kane was a good friend of mine, who actually created.
You were friends with Bob Kane?
Yeah, in fact, I have a portrait I did of Bob Kane.
Wow.
And I was going to give it to him, but he passed away. But I still have it.
My question is, it seems that you grew up during the time of Jim Crow laws and all that horrible stuff. And I'm wondering if that impacted you as a kid, and if any of your struggles there maybe helped you in breaking into a very difficult industry of art and acting.
You know, listen, like all of us, we have to go through whatever it is that we have to go through. And I'm not preoccupied with all of those kinds of thoughts. I had a very interesting life, more than most people. I mean, I started in show business when I was 6.5 years old on Broadway in a Kurt Weill musical with La Helena. So my life has been much more prolific than most people, no matter who they are.
Well, let me ask you a much more serious question. What did Darth Vader sound like when you were actually filming the scenes, since I'm assuming James Earl Jones wasn't there with you?
David Prowse is an Englishman, so that's the voice I heard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Darth Vader with an English accent. Who would have bought that? Really? And you're holding a stormtrooper helmet. You should probably turn it in. Yes.
Hello, I'm Chuck. I have two questions. One is a Batman question, the other one's a Star Wars question. Would you ever collaborate with Mark and do Joker and Two-Face against Batman in any animated film?
That would be so freaking awesome. You're like at the top of the
Guess
run.
so.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal the thunder from it, but would you? You would, right?
Of course.
Okay. We're going to start hashtagging that now. What's your other question?
The other one is, I was very skeptical with episode 7. I wasn't sure how Disney was going to do it. They were going to, do it very well. But I actually really enjoyed it. I was wondering afterwards when I found out what happened to Solo, are you going to get the Falcon back?
No. I have no idea. Glover boy, ask him.
Let's hope that he comes back in number 9 and he gets it. So that hashtag bring back Lando will help that situation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi there.
My name is Mason and I have one question. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
One food for the rest of my life, what would it be? That's a good one. I don't know. Garbanzo beans.
What would you eat? Well, you have to pick something. Chocolate?
Spinach, right?
Spinach, there you go. Spinach, excellent. Garbanzo beans and spinach. Remind me not to get stranded on an island with either one of you. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Daniel, and I was wondering, how does it feel to know that you're a part of the big universe of Star Wars?
It's great. It's wonderful. It was truly a monumental experience, and so I feel very fortunate.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Pat. Being a great multi-talented artist, do you think with sorry, no, I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. No one's looking at you at all.
But being a great multi-talented artist, actor, musician, and visual artist, do you think there's anything in the process that are similar between all three? And do you take any inspiration from other multi-talented artists that work on Star Wars, like Joe Johnston, who helped design Millennium Falcon as a great director now?
Well, I used to spend a lot of time visiting the young people behind the scenes, the computer people, which I really got a big kick out of. It all relates. I think if it's a part of a creative act, then it all has a wonderful marriage.
Does it feel different when is it completely separate in your brain when you're acting versus when you're painting, or is it like it's just all just a creative?
Yeah, it's just a whole creative act of just using different tools. As an actor, I use my body, my voice, and so forth. With the painting, obviously, you're a painter, you've got the canvas, brushes, and all that kind of stuff. But it's still it's still a creative act. I think one thing helps the other in many ways.
Once you become good at one, it's easier to become good at the next.
I'm sorry?
It's easier to, like, once you progress in one, it's easier to progress in the next, or?
Well, you're using, as an actor, as a painter, I'm using a lot of the ideas that I have as an actor, and as an actor, I'm using a lot of the ideas I have as a painter. I mean, that needs to be explained more, but anyway, it's a simple explanation.
Thank you.
Some very deep questions in Ocean City. This is good. Hi there. Oh, are you his sister?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
I'm JL. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? Stupid people.
Hi, I'm Sam. I was wondering, how much did you enjoy actually wearing the cape in Star Wars?
Well, the cape was key to my character, so I really had a lot of fun wearing that cape.
Hi. Oh, are you back again? Yes.
Are you going to wear a cape to a Star Wars celebration?
Say that again.
Are you going to wear a cape to Star Wars celebration?
Are you going to wear your cape to Star Wars Celebration?
Am I going to Star Wars celebration?
Yeah, the one in Florida. The big event.
Oh, right, yeah. No. I don't have a cape. I'll ask for one.
You know what you'll have to do, buddy, is call Lucasfilm. You have 2 weeks to do this. And ask for Lynn Hale. She's gonna kill me if she sees this on YouTube. And tell her you want them to bring Lando's cape so he can wear it on stage. Unless it's on tour, because I know the costumes are on tour, so if it's on tour they may not be able to get it in time. But you could try. Are you going? To Celebration? No? Okay, if he does it, I'll send you pictures. How's that? Okay, cool. Hi, again, you're back. What's your name again?
Kai.
Kai, okay.
I wanted to know, in Celebration last year, I remember hearing that you would try to make Carrie break character during scenes. I just wanted to know if that was true. You didn't break her at all?
I don't remember.
Where did you hear that?
She was doing a panel last Celebration.
She said that?
Yes.
Then it's probably true.
She said that you would like whisper things. You would whisper things to her during certain scenes.
Carrie told that story more than once. But Billy doesn't kiss and tell, so it's not true.
Also, if we were to see Lando come back in Rebels, would you want him to have his puffer pig or not?
What? Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi there. What's your name? Do you work for the show?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. You're allowed to ask questions if you're working?
I guess.
Okay.
What was your favorite Colt 45 commercial?
Nice. Why are you, how old are you? 14 on a dry island, and you're asking the alcoholic question in the room. Awesome.
I don't know. We did so many of them. I did about 10 years. I promoted it for 10 years. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. We did a lot of great. In fact, I think we won a few. What do they call it? The Obie Awards. I think. What do you know about the Obie Awards? Oh, nothing. No.
So, which one is your favorite Colt 45 commercial? That's the real question.
I like the rules.
The rules.
Rule number 1, rule number 2. Thanks.
Where are your parents? Mom and Dad, you realize what rule number 1 and rule number 2 are, right? I guess we'll have to convince them to watch it so they see. Good question. Excellent.
It's playing now. It's playing on the internet.
Yeah. So his parents are going to need to watch. Hi.
Hi.
Oh wait, are you filming?
Am I not allowed?
Yeah, no, you can. Here, come here. I'll get a picture of you. Come here. Give it to me. Keep it running. It's what? It's on Hi Facebook Live. Let me introduce you to Billy Dee Williams. There he is. Say hi, Billy. And now here's your host. Okay, ask your question. No, ask your question. In the microphone.
Okay. Hi, Hopley here, CEO, President, and co-founder of Nighthawk Films. I'm with Joe Delbiato, the Marvel DC table. My question is, Billy, what would you tell yourself at 24 when you're on the rise, like beginning your career?
What did I tell myself?
At 24, yeah.
At 24? Well, at 24, 23, 24, I was on stage with doing a play on Broadway called A Taste of Honey with Joan Plowright, who was Laurence Olivier's wife, and Angela Lansbury, and some wonderful English actors. So I was telling myself, let's build this into something very special. And at the same time, I did an album called Let's Misbehave with Billy Dee Williams. It's a Prestige label. So I was busy making my way as a young actor in New York City, especially on stage.
Is this live the whole
and
time?
doing very well.
Yeah.
Who's watching it?
It's on private, and then I'll
Oh, people will watch it later? Okay, there you go. Nice. So the album that he's talking about, guys, by the way, is the one that we're giving away for the best question. So it's pretty cool. So, hi. There's two of you. What's your name, sweetheart?
Tegan,
Okay.
how did your first edition go in Star Wars?
Audition for Star Wars. They asked me to participate. I didn't have to audition. I was lucky.
Good job.
Thank you.
Do you approve of his performance in Star Wars? Is that I missed it? I was off stage. Do you approve? Awesome. Oh, you didn't have a question, sweetheart? You were moral support. Excellent. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
It was solid enough to get the microphone. Bring it down.
My question is,
An assistant.
who do you think had the worst costume in all of Star Wars? Just the ugliest, the most cumbersome.
Who was it? Jabba? No, but also I didn't. Well, later on, that weird character was introduced. Jar Jar. Yeah. Oh. Creepy.
Jar Jar Binks is not Billy Dee Williams approved.
How you doing, Mr. Williams? My name is Mark. I'm a big AMC fan, and there was an episode in Comic Book Man that you were playing a card game, Go Fish, with Walt Flanagan. What was it like to be sitting there at the table and winning the Falcon, finally winning the Falcon?
I didn't take that thing home. I was actually going to take it home, and
I think it was for your granddaughter. I think you were trying to get it for.
no, I was getting it for my grandson.
Oh, grandson, yeah.
Yeah, but my daughter would not have approved.
So you
That thing was
you should
huge.
have brought it to your house.
No.
And had them come over and.
No, that thing was enormous. I've never seen anything like that.
I got you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
It was huge. And you know, a little behind the scenes magic with that, they told us, they actually did offer to ship it to his house, and he said no. But they told us that the Falcon would never be seen on the show again because they want the audience to believe he did want it and take it. So it's a little behind the scenes trivia. So, no one knows what actually happened to it.
Let's get a discount on the store.
Oh yeah, he can go in there and get whatever he wants. He just points at things. Yes, sir. Oh, here, before you ask your question, where are the people in charge? You're one of them. I know we've gone over a little on time. You don't care, right? As long as we're good? Yeah. Our lunch does happen after this, but I was cutting into our lunch a little bit so that our Ocean City fans would be happy to sit and talk more with Billy if you guys are okay with that. So we'll take a few more questions and then we'll go eat lunch. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Thanks for taking the time to come talk to us.
Thank you.
Leonard Nimoy kind of rejected his role with Spock and then later embraced it. Harrison had Han Solo killed off and intended to have him killed off in Empire. Did you ever go through that where you were such an accomplished actor doing so many great dramatic roles? Did you ever feel like people came up to you and say, "Hey, Lando," you say, "Hey, so many other things," and kind of try to distance yourself from that role at all and then embrace it later?
Not really, you know. People still recognize me for all of the other characters that I've done. So there's no conflict there for me. So.
I loved you as Gale Sayers. I was a little kid when I saw that.
Oh, thank you.
You know what's interesting, sir, about your question? What a lot of people don't realize, but if you think about it, a lot of the original cast members, the main, like Carrie and Mark and Harrison, they were unknown. When Billy came on board, he was an icon already in Hollywood. So he was like Sir Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing they went to him as a well-known name to take on this role, so it was a very different experience in that world. So a lot of the times embracing the characters, if you get not blacklisted, typecast, but Billy was beyond that. So something to think about, I think, for everybody out there, because he came in and showed us how it was done. Right, guys? Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Ethan. Am I allowed to ask 2 questions?
Of course.
What's your favorite color?
Well, all colors are my favorite colors.
Can I get an autograph?
The autographs are done after, at 2 o'clock. You have to go out to the ticket booth out front and talk to them. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi there.
My name's Katie, and earlier he mentioned that I'm in art school now, and I was wondering...
Oh, you're the girlfriend that he talked about. Excellent. Okay, so go ahead.
Sometimes when I'm in school, I have like doubts, and I get scared. So I was wondering, what do you do, or what did you do when you were in school? When you were nervous?
When you have doubts about, what direction? You mean doubts about whether you want to be a painter or not?
Because like my friend's work is like amazing, you know?
So are you asking him to guide you, like if you have doubts in yourself, what to do, or what he did to get around his doubts?
Yeah, like when he was in school, did you ever have like doubts?
How did you overcome your doubts in art school? Because she's an artist and she wants to overcome her doubts.
No, I don't think you should work. You just do it. You just do it and let it take you wherever it's planning to take you. You'll find your way. And if the most important is to. Are you okay? Yeah. No. The most important thing is to enjoy it and just let it go with it. Let it take you to wherever it's going to take you. But you got a whole life ahead of you, so I don't think you don't need to worry about it. Just do it. You enjoy it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, well, then just do it. Experiment. Don't spend time doubting yourself. Just find new ideas, new ways to express yourself. Thank you.
Good luck to you with your art. Hi there. What's your name, sweetheart? Nice to meet you. What's your question?
Does your grandkids like to watch Star Wars?
Do your grandkids like to watch Star Wars?
Yes, they do. They really enjoy it, like all of your kids. And Star Wars has been going on for a long time now. Goodness, for 30 years. It's amazing.
That's nice.
You're adorable. Look at that on your face.
Do you watch Star Wars? All of them? All the movies and all the cartoons? You don't know? Did you know there was more than one? Oh, good. Well, go home and tell your parents to buy all the movies on DVD, download all the cartoons, and you watch them all. Cool? Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So we have one question left? No? 2. Okay, so the young man behind you will be the last. So what is your question? Name and question, sir.
My question is, you played Lando in Star Wars movie that gave you the part. How hard was it for you to take on such a mischievous, but at the same time a guy that had such honor in the end? Difficult to really make that part yours. Really curious about that really cool part.
Well, I think when you're having a lot of fun, and it was a good character, and it was a fun character to play around with. And I just had a lot of fun with it, and I just wanted to make it something special. And I'm a product of a lot of those old movies. with a lot of those wonderful actors that we have learned to revere in movies, on celluloid. So, you know, some of my favorite characters were actors were guys like James Cagney and Edward G. Robinson, all little guys. But you always loved them, no matter what. You know, no matter what they did. I mean, Cagney could create all kinds of mayhem, but yet you just fell in love with the character. So there are ways to achieve that. But it's, my belief is you look for the vulnerability. Every bad guy is a little bit, or every person who's perceived as a bad person, or an unsavory person, I suppose, in some ways. I mean, there's a vulnerability there someplace. Cagney always had his mom. He always had his mom. He always had a brother who was a priest. So they kind of explain, you know, all those foibles. But no, the whole idea is to take all of the negatives and make it interesting and fun as an actor.
Would you say it was one of your most interesting roles you ever had to really get into?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, yeah.
You're a wonderful actor. I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, last question. Do you need help? Someone will help you, buddy. Yeah, there you go. What's your name?
Xavier.
Hi, Xavier. What's your question for Billy?
Are you going to be in the new Star Wars movie?
No, I'm not going to be in it anymore now. It's over for me.
What about the guy in the right?
Who, me?
Yeah, you don't want to be right.
Yeah, I wish I was in Star Wars. If they asked me, I would do it, but I'd rather have Billy in number 9, which is why we're going to hashtag Bring Back Lando on Twitter.
Okay.
So, is that cool?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, when this kid over here calls Lynn Hale at Lucasfilm, he's also going to say, hey, put Derek Mackey in the new movie as well. And then I'll come shake your hand when I'm on the screen. How's that?
Amazing.
Do you want to be in the movie too? I bet you could play like an Ewok or a Jawa.
Where do people film? Hollywood?
They film those over in London, England, is where Star Wars is filmed.
No way. No. I'm not going.
Oh, okay. So, I'm gonna... I guarantee you, if you got a phone call to go to London and be in Star Wars, his parents would move at the drop of a hat. Here, Billy, take that. You're gonna sign it. And we're going to give this is a personal thing because I love it. Is Chuck still here? Chuck asked the question about would he collaborate with Mark Hamill on doing Two-Face and Joker project. Is that, I'm giving you the signed disc because that's like the best. I want to see that project, so it's a personal thing. So I'm going to have him sign that for you. There you go, congratulations. And then when we go to lunch, congratulations, sir. When we go to lunch, you guys can still go out back and get tickets for photo ops and autographs. Photo ops, if there's a family together, you guys can all be in the picture together and stuff. Don't be shy. So, Billy, you have any parting words for our friends here in Ocean City?
Yes, may the force be with you.